Captain Geoffrey de Havilland lifted a small new biplane into the sky for the first time. It was the prototype DH.60 Moth, registered GEB-KT. That short flight marked the beginning of one of the most influential light aircraft families ever built. De Havilland designed the Moth for ordinary private pilots. He believed a personal aeroplane should carry 2 people, have space for luggage, be easy to maintain, and be affordable to buy and operate. The structure was simple but clever. The fuselage was covered in plywood, while the wings and tail were covered in fabric. The wings could also fold back along the fuselage so the aircraft could fit into small hangars or even be towed by a car. For the 1920s, this made aircraft ownership far more practical. The first Moth was powered by a 60 horsepower ADC Cirrus engine, designed by Major Frank Halford. The aircraft itself was very light, weighing just over 760 pounds empty, but it could still carry 2 people and fuel without difficulty. Pilots quickly found it responsive and forgiving to fly, which made it ideal for training as well as private use. The timing of the Moth's arrival was perfect. In Britain, 1925 also saw the expansion of Royal Aero Club flying schools. The DH-60 proved to be exactly the right aircraft for these clubs. And government support helped place Moths into training fleets across the country. The aircraft and the flying club movement grew together. By the end of the 1920s, the Moth dominated British civil aviation. It was estimated that about 85 out of every 100 aeroplanes in Britain were Moths of some type. The prototype soon showed what the design could do. In May 1925, aviator Alan Cobham flew GEB-KT from Croydon to Zurich and back in less than 15 hours, a remarkable journey for such a small aircraft. The Moth also competed in the King's Cup Air Race that year. Later, the prototype was sold to pilot Sophie Elliott-Lynn, later known as Lady Heath, before it was lost in a crash in 1927. As production increased, the Moth developed further. Early versions used a Cirrus engine, but in 1928 de Havilland introduced its own Gypsy engine, creating the DH.60G Gipsy-Moth. This allowed the company to build both the airframe and engine together, which improved production and kept costs low. Even with the more powerful engine, the price stayed around £650, keeping the aircraft accessible. The Moth soon spread around the world. It was built under license in countries including Australia, Canada, France, Norway and the United States. Some versions had metal fuselages for harsh climates, while others were fitted with floats for water operations or adapted for military training. These developments eventually led to the famous Tiger Moth trainer, but the original DH-60 design remained at the heart of them all. The aircraft also became famous through record-breaking flights. In 1930, Amy Johnson flew her Gypsy Moth Jason solo from Britain to Australia, capturing worldwide attention. Mary Bailey made solo flights between Britain and South Africa and set a woman's altitude record in a Moth. The aircraft was used by adventurers, flying clubs and wealthy private owners alike, helped by the fact that the Prince of Wales owned one himself. By the early 1930s, the Moth had become the main aircraft of civil flying across Britain and much of the British Empire. Even as newer aircraft appeared, it remained the classic light aeroplane, simple, affordable and capable. After the Second World War, many were replaced by surplus military trainers, but the Moth's influence remained. 101 years after that first flight at Stag Lane, the DH.60 Moth still represents the moment flying became accessible to ordinary people. It changed aviation from something only specialists could do into something people could learn, own and enjoy. Geoffrey de Havilland's small biplane did more than succeed as an aircraft. It changed how the world thought about personal flight.